I well,
What?
you see,
Are there
Brandon Heath,
tears? Okay.
kinda. Brandon Heath and Matthew West were on with us earlier this week, right?
Yes.
And Brandon Heath, for some reason, has now developed the home haircut challenge. It's a thing now. It's a hashtag, home haircut challenge. And when Brandon Heath was on, he said this to us. What did he say? Brandon, take it.
So Rob, I think I need to officially challenge you.
Oh, you're comfortable down.
To cut your hair. It is looking a little shaggy.
So you can't go to a hairstylist?
No, not right now.
And Matthew West was a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
He was the peer pressure. Brandon Heath, of course, was the guy who threw down the home haircut challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Lizz was providing some peer pressure too. She brought her clippers,
which I still have if you need them.
She's got them in her hand, as a matter of fact. I can see them on Zoom.
Yeah.
So she can't do that. Did you just turn that on?
I heard. I'm ready to go. My teenage boys and my dog are running right now.
I'm sure of it. So I have a teenage young man. His name is Spencer. He's a college student at Anderson University. And since he's home, just like every other student, doing all that online stuff now, he did my hair yesterday. He got the clippers. He did my hair. I was a little worried.
I would think.
Because the very first cut in the back was a big
and then
he went, uh-oh. And I tell you, when we videoed the whole thing. It's on our Facebook page right now. You'll see it. The big first cut with the clippers was a big swoop, and you should have seen the back of my hair.
Well, you have to get a feel for it. Usually hairstylists are in school and they can train on dummies and things like that. So Spencer had to train on you.
So I very quickly, so I trusted, I didn't cry, I didn't weep. And by the end of it all, the hair turned out fantastic.
I think so too, because when you mentioned it, I looked you over. Looks fine. I haven't seen the back. So I don't know. Is there a gash?
Shall I show the back? I'll show the back because this will be on his radio TV. So you'll see the back. So here you go.
Okay, let's see if there's a. No, it's not bad. I'm just teasing. No, it look. I can't even tell, like where where he messed up.
He didn't.
Okay,
he didn't. I think my hair was just down so low on my neck that it looked like it was a horrible swipe there. But you'll see this because we're showing the whole thing. We just posted it on our Facebook page. You'll see it on Instagram. It was something else. You know, I would just wonder how it would have turned out if Lizz would have got her hands on my hair.
Well, you've seen Charlie, my golden doodle.
Yeah.
So not good.
That makes me tremble in my boots.
His morning crew.
It's like the do-it-yourself haircuts. Michelle has zoomed in with us, and I understand, Michelle, you let one son cut the other son's hair.
I did.
What happened?
Well, my youngest, Andrew, he's 16. He comes in. He says, "Mom, I'm going to need a haircut." I said, "Okay." So just a little backstory. I used to cut their hair when they were younger.
Oh.
As they've gotten older, of course, they're like, "Mom, you can't do the cool haircuts anymore. We're going to go to the barber shop." So I was like, "Okay, I'll just give you the normal haircut that I used to do." He was like, "Well, I was thinking, is it okay if I let AB, which is his older brother who's 19, is it okay if I let him cut my hair?" I said, "Son, are you sure?" He was like, "Well, I was thinking we could do the bowl thing. Put a bowl on my head and go around, and then it can't be too bad." I was like, I don't know about that, but sure, why not? You're not going to school. I'm not letting you out of the house. You're quarantined. Okay, let's give it a shot. So that's where it kind of started. He saw a TikTok video of a bowl cut.
Wait a minute. He didn't go to YouTube. He got his instructions off of TikTok. Oh, my word. How'd it turn out?
He is Mo from the Three Stooges. That's what we call him now.
What? And when I saw the video, it looks like AB has put a strawberry bucket on his head.
It's a strawberry bucket because, of course, they tried all the bowls in my cabinet, so I have to wash every dish now that was in the cabinet because he was like, no, it's too small. It won't go down far enough. I'm just going to have a little mushroom top on. No, can't do that. So they found a strawberry basket that we had left over from some delicious strawberries that we had. And that is what he used as his guide.
All right, there you go. The standard strawberry bucket for the Mo haircut.
There you go.
For Michelle's
His
son.
morning crew.
Oh, my word. The texts are coming in, too, about do-it-yourself haircuts, which, by the way, you'll see the haircut that my son gave me on our Instagram page. It's quite the job. At first, it was like, what just happened? This big chunk came out. It was near the back of the hair, and it was like, I don't know. Is life over? Am I going to have to go bald? For a short time, I don't know. But you'll see the end result on our Instagram page. It's the hashtag home haircut challenge that Brandon Heath gave. Liz almost cut my hair, but she's 25 miles away. Whew, we're grateful that didn't happen.
If I'd have been closer, I would have clippers in hand. Hey, Walter got his wife to cut his hair, and I don't know if he asked for a mohawk, but he got one.
It looks nice. You
It
should
really
see the
does.
mohawk. You should see the mohawk. We're going to post this in our video replay on His Radio TV, so you'll be able to see that at hisradio.com. Heather even texted in at 800-447-7234, and she sent a couple of pictures.
Yep.
One, her husband is getting ready to start his little boy's hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see near the end of the haircut where it's got to be bowl number 5. It looks wonderful.
It really does. I mean, that's the same haircut that my son Hayden had when he was little, where it's almost, it looks like a mushroom top a little bit, you know, but I love that hairstyle on a kid. So hopefully everybody's happy with it. But a lot of us are taking to giving haircuts right now.
You have to. You can't get to the hair salon right now. So they're not working at the moment. I pray for the hair salonists. Everybody who does hair, we so love you and appreciate you, even more so now since we don't have you. You know?
We know what we're missing.
I'm telling you. Hey, if you have some home haircut pics, we'd love to see them. Here's the number. You can text the pics at 800-447-7234.
His morning crew.
There's one thing I feel ripped off on.
What's that?
I'm just going to be blunt honest. Is it okay to gut honest with you?
Yeah, come on, give it to me.
It just feels like a jip that I cannot taste Lizz's Ugly Bakery.
I will say this week, I didn't expect a whole lot because I've never, ever used yeast. I've never attempted bread.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned out
Looks like a
pretty
big
nicely.
biscuit.
It does look like a cheese biscuit from Red Lobster on steroids. Or something.
Humongous. Yeah, she's showing us. We're connected by Zoom, by the way. You'll see this online at hisradio.com on our video replay with Apple TV and Roku. And it is, well, it's quite the sight. What is it supposed to look like? I'm just
I think it's supposed to look like this. I think I got a pretty good dew on it.
Mhm.
And that's what we bakers say is we got a good dew.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
have no idea.
But so one of the tricks that I've learned from the Great British Baking Show is on bread. It's my favorite show. Is on bread. Like when it comes out, you can knock the bottom of it, and if it sounds hollow, then it's done. Now, somebody that's a baker out there is going, "Girl, that is totally wrong." But that's what my takeaway was. So it did sound hollow when I took it out of the oven.
Okay. What about now?
Not so much.
Not so much hollow
I think
now. Okay.
moisture from overnight has maybe gotten to it, but it is a garlic Parmesan loaf.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It is so good. Joey had a taste last night because I actually made 2 loaves.
That's your husband.
Yes. And Joey had a taste and said, it's a little garlicky for me.
Uh-huh.
It was supposed to have 6 cloves in it of garlic. And that is a lot of garlic.
Yeah, I don't
but
know,
I like
but
garlic.
it sounds like a lot. Okay.
Yeah. So there's the head of garlic, but the little guys that you pull off the head of garlic,
I have
those
no
are the
idea.
cloves.
I can't even visualize whatever that is.
Okay. But it has rosemary, basil, and oregano, as well as freshly grated Parmesan cheese.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Yeah. So see,
Sounds like you had she's breaking bread now.
Yes, I am. Ugh. It's a hearty bread.
I see. You just had a CrossFit workout just ripping that thing apart.
But it's good. And you can get the recipe. I posted the recipe. It's super simple. You don't even have to knead it. I mean, I knead bread, but you don't have to knead it. Roll it.
I have no idea, but okay. I feel like you stepped into a foreign land. Bakery language.
I need to do like a baking class with you after all social distancing is done.
I need a tutorial of kneading and whatever.
Proving. I had to prove that bread too.
That too. You proved it all
Rob
right.
and Liz.
His morning crew.
We've opened up the open mic on our My His Radio app, and we've been very curious on how different it is for you when you come back home after a small little outing. I mean, how many trips have you taken, Liz?
Not many. I run to get gasoline, or I might run to the grocery store to pick something up. And as soon as I get back in the car, I'm, antibacterial. Then as soon as I get home, I'm washing the hands and going through a whole routine.
So we're curious about what you do, the open mic on the My His Radio app. Here's some of those responses.
Walking in the side door of the house, I'm taking off my shoes. I'm going straight to the restroom, washing my hands and my face, and then go hug my grandbaby.
We take off our shoes before we enter the house, and then we quack like ducks because we believe that quacking like ducks, the virus goes away.
Okay, that's like my favorite. Can you imagine this family walking home? That's from the My His Radio app open mic. Use the open mic on the My His Radio app. We're curious about how you've been walking into the house and social distancing. But can you imagine hearing the whole family go quack, 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 quack?
It's a great idea, though. He's engaging the kids. They're excited about washing their hands because maybe he's like a daddy duck walking them into the bathroom, getting them to wash their hands and quack. I love it.
Quacks like a duck. That cuts the edge off, doesn't it? Well, what about you? Join His Radio in the conversation on the open mic on the My His
Rob
Radio
and
app.
Liz.
His morning crew.
So here's the thing. You go out to the grocery store or you do some kind of errand because you have to do something that's essential, right? You come back home. How different is it for you when you enter the home than what it was before social distancing?
It's a little different. I mean, I use the hand sanitizer in the car, and then as soon as I get home, go in the restroom, wash the hands, do the 20-second thing. But I will say I went to the grocery store earlier this week, and they have guards up now in front of the cashiers.
You're kidding me. Oh, really?
I hadn't seen that before.
So we opened up our open mic on the My His Radio app, and we've getting some response of people that say this is so different for us on how we enter the house.
I work as a nurse. When I get home, we have 2 Home Depot buckets. All the stuff from my pockets go in one. My scrubs go in the other. Then I have to run to the shower, take a shower, change into pajamas. Shoes are left at the door, and everything is sprayed down with disinfectant.
We have a can of Lysol that sits by the door. So as soon as we step in, we spray the tops and bottoms of our shoes off. And I'm an essential worker, so I go straight to the bathroom before my kids even can hug me, touch me, anything, and immediately change my clothes so that they can go in the wash right away. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Oh, well, we love you too. Thank you. That's from the My His Radio app, by the way, the open mic where you can leave a response as well. How is it different for you when you enter into the house? So different for a lot of people.
Yeah, the nurse, I totally get that. If you are a nurse, if you're working on the front lines, of course, he's like, my family's going to be safe. I'm getting straight in the shower.
Yeah, right. So how about you? My His Radio app. Use the open mic. You can download it today, Google Play and the App Store.
His morning crew.
Okay, this will shock you. Maybe it won't because you know that I butcher the English language, but I've never taken a college course. Never in my life.
Yeah, that does blow my mind.
Yeah, sure it does.
No, it does, really.
Oh, really? Never taken well, when you're a kid on the streets, when you're a teenager, college is not a part of your future for the most part. I know that there's some who have gone through it even despite what they've been through. But now I see that I can take a college course if I want to.
Which one are you going to take?
U.S. Berkeley. It's the course of Science on Happiness.
Really? There's a class on happiness.
Yeah, Science of Happiness. It's a course that's available U.S. Berkeley. Oh, by the way, it's online and it's gratis.
Oh, Really? You can take it for free right now. There's a lot of classes like that right now.
Yeah, for free. So if I wanted to take a college course, I
Mhm.
could. Will I? I don't know. Because the science of happiness, I don't think that you can find true happiness, but you can find joy.
I do agree with that. I think it starts obviously in God. That's where you're
Yeah.
going to find your joy. That's where you're going to find your happiness. I just don't know because this is a fairly long course as well. I wonder how they're
Yeah.
teaching you to grasp
11
it.
weeks and 4 to 5 hours of the course per week. 4 to 5 hours. I don't know if I have that kind of time commitment for something
Right.
like that. An 11-week course and that type of time. But I do know this. You can find happiness in a way in God through the junk that you go through.
Oh yeah.
Seriously. So I know the joy of the Lord is my strength. And the Bible even says this in First Peter. Therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. He will exalt you in due time. Cast all your cares on him because he cares for you. And the joy of the Lord, the Bible says, is your strength, right? So that's the only place that I know that in the tough times that I can find some joy, because the tough times are going to come. Happiness is not always going to be.
Right. And as long as you're willing to accept it and open your mind to it, man, it's like a warm blanket. It's even better than that. It's awesome.
Okay, I don't need a college course. I just need to listen to Liz.
No, you need to listen to
Mornings
Todd.
with Rob and Liz.
We are holding on to hope. And Hannah gave some police officers hope. She heard, I guess her mom and dad were talking about it, that there were some police officers in her town that were being furloughed. And so she's like, well, how are they going to feed their families? How are they going to eat? She, her little 10-year-old mind was really, really working on this. And so she decided she was going to take the money that was in her savings and buy some gift cards for some of those police officers. Then she posted on her mom's Facebook page a letter asking for donations. She had raised like $2,400 over just a day and a half, and she's bought over 200 gift cards to pass out to some of those police officers that were furloughed.
Look at that, $2,400.
Yeah.
He was able to raise and do that.
In a day and a half.
See, oh my word. That's holding on to hope, Way to go, little
Rob
Hannah.
and
I love
Liz.
that.
His morning crew.
You probably heard the news. Georgia not going back to school for the school year. South Carolina now not going back to school for the school year. North Carolina is up for debate. We might hear today or tomorrow what's going to happen with the rest of the 20 school year, the night of the did I say 1920 school year. So what's going to happen with the seniors and everything? We'll find out with North Carolina in the next couple of days.
Yeah, and I'll tell you firsthand, there are a lot of breaking hearts this morning as parents are kind of flailing because we don't know how to make it better. And I don't think there is anything that we can do to make it better. We all had graduation ceremonies and graduation parties and, all this kind of thing, and senior day at school, and these kids have missed it. But there are people that are kind of thinking outside the box. I know for spring sports, there's one county that's taken the sports banners of the seniors and posted them downtown like you would like at Christmas time when they put up the lights and that kind of thing.
Oh, good.
Another school in South Carolina lit up the stadium last night to honor the seniors as the news was just breaking in South Carolina. And then in Georgia, there's one school that just outside of Atlanta, they sent or delivered signs to each of the graduates with their names on them and a handwritten letter with the kid's name, like personally saying, so-and-so, you're graduating with honors and your hard work, and just encouragement, and to let them know you're not coming back to school, but we still love you.
They took time.
Yeah.
They took time to still do something, even though the inevitable happened and there's all this disappointment, but at least they're reaching out. That's good. Oh, that's very good. Well, know that we're praying with you. Liz has a son who's a senior that's going to be missing out on a lot of stuff. So I know that you're probably going through a lot of variety of emotions right now.
Oh, sure. Missing friends. And, he was going to be the starting pitcher on his varsity baseball team, or one of them. And, that was taken away. They missed prom, graduation. Well, we're hoping for all the seniors that they get a graduation ceremony at some point somewhere.
Yeah, something. You know what? You think they would. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You think you would.
Yeah, maybe an outdoor, a stadium, like, I don't know. That's how I graduated, old school, in a stadium, and it's open air. So maybe that's a thought. So
Yeah, well, know that we're praying right along with you. Hold on to hope. That's going to be our theme for the next several weeks here at His Radio. Hold on
Rob
to hope. You're
and
gonna make it.
Liz.
His morning crew.
You heard about New Jersey.
Yeah.
Now they can do online weddings until like May 15th. The governor said May 15th in New Jersey, online Zoom weddings. People
How
are
does that
doing
even
this now.
work?
You don't have to be together at all. So the state clerk or whoever's officiating the ceremony can be in their own place, and then you've got the fiancés are going to be married in one place, and your guests all in other places. So now you don't have to be in person to officiate the wedding. So they're able to do it on Zoom now.
So how does that work as far as marriage licenses and that kind of thing? Do you still have to go get your marriage license, or like?
No, I think you stick your finger in your mouth and point it due west and say, "You are mine. I do."
That's all it is. We did it. We done.
Only if it were that
Rob and
easy, huh?
Liz.
His morning crew.
There is a state trooper or some state troopers in New Hampshire that are doing Friday fun with the NHSP, which is the New Hampshire State Police. And they're having fun during social distancing. They're trying to keep the community engaged and, of course, create love and respect for the department, that kind of thing. So on Fridays, they're showing off their talents. And there's one state trooper. His name is Richard Perrault. I think I'm saying that right. He's been doing magic tricks online, and little kids love that kind of thing. So why are they doing all of this?
With what is taking place right now with the pandemic, there is so much that's being asked of the organization, but you always find time to make sure that we're reaching out to people and that we're doing what we can to help children get through this difficult time.
Yeah, kids don't understand what's going on, and so they are there to sort of explain it, but do it in a lighter way, and they get to show off a little bit too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they got some skills in the illusion area. Just like
Yeah.
that kind of takes the edge off of this whole social distancing thing too.
Oh, I think so. And anytime I think you can create a really good relationship between kids and police officers, those in authority situations, it's great for everybody. It's a win-win.
It has always been like that, but they're making a really hard effort to make sure that everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Which is good.